All right, so today we are going to shoot the 8.4 gram, 12.7 millimeter steel ball bearings out of the Mercury Rise TR50 Torpedo. Today I will be puncturing a 12-gram cylinder or cartridge in the handle and also two in the Umarex 2x 12-gram cylinder here, buttstock. So we'll be doing a total 36 grams between the handles, 12 gram, and the two in the stock. And we'll see what numbers we get. Again, I introduced the tuning barrel a few days ago. Had to do a little work with that. I had to put a little stronger barrel spring on here. I had some air that was kind of, I could feel it when I was shooting it. The air was coming out out of the cylinder, so I don't think I was getting a really good seal between the cylinder mag. The cylinder mag here has it's kind of like got a little beveling on it, and it wasn't really making a good seal. So hopefully today's test will show that we got a better seal, and I won't be getting so much blow by coming through there. So we will do that. Let me go ahead and puncture the handle and check for leaks, and then we'll puncture the 2x 12 gram in the stock and also check for leaks. And if everything's leak free, we'll see if we can get 3 magazines. I'm thinking we should be able to get 3 magazines, so we'll see how it goes. All right, so here's the handle puncture. These are all Umarex cartridges, CO2 cartridges. No Crossman in here. I'm pretty sure anyways. Let me double check the handle. I know there's Umarex in here. I want to make sure that's what we got. I think, actually, it's a good thing I checked, because I actually don't have a CO2 in my handle. So, let me cut and go get one. All right, just dropped an Umarex 12 gram in the handle with a couple drops of silicone oil. So we should be good to go now. I know I have 2 in here. So let's see how this goes now. Let's check it for leaks. All right, that was a good puncture. Definitely heard a very good puncture there. Not hearing anything. All right. Yep, sounds good. No leaks. Very happy with that. Now let's go ahead and puncture the 2x 12, which I have been having some problems with, but I'm expecting this time with the Umarex branded 12 grams, I should be okay. So let's give it a try. Let's give it a good hit. All right. All right. Looks like we're punctured. Let's see what we have on the... There is a little gauge on here that's actually will indicate pressure once you have pressure at the back of this on and off by MCS. So it looks like I'm at, I think it's showing 800. It's a tiny little gauge, so it's not easy to see. I don't know if we gonna make this out or not. Let me turn it this way. But anyways, my old eyes seem to show that it looks to be about 800 psi. All right, so we're hot. Let me check the barrel, make sure it's still floating okay. Feels good. The addition of that stronger spring, and I put an O-ring inside there as well to kind of just beef it up a little bit more, give it a little more tension. So hopefully that'll help the blow by that I was experiencing. Hopefully get rid of it, or at least limit it. We'll get our X radar out. Do I want to put a target up? Yeah, we'll put a target up. I think I still have a couple of these splatter burst I'm gonna pour some more here. I got a splatter burst here. Let's put this. All right. Sometimes that's helpful too, to keep the rounds from kicking back. It's about 60, 65 down here. New England in the basement. All right. So first magazine, cylinder magazine of 8.4 gram steel ball bearings. Let me just make sure I can feel nice tension as I rotate this through. So I believe it's making a better seal. Let's turn the laser on. Green dot's working. Laser's working. All right. Oh, almost did it again. Again, I'm known for not turning these things on. So what we're going to do today is we want a 36 gram test. So all 3 cartridges, 12 grams, have been punctured. Now I'm going to turn this on. I already have pressure in here, so I'm not going to hear anything else, but we're on now. So this should be 36 grams worth of pressure. And let's give it a whirl and see what we get. Go for center mass. Oh, I got the safety on. I was going to say, boy, that trigger's really tight. But I keep forgetting about the safety on this thing. All right. Safety's off. We're hot. (242 feet per second). That felt really strong. Most of the oil's been blown out of this thing, so I did put some more oil when I put the cartridges in, but I think the extra amount I had in the other day has worked its way through the gun, so hopefully everything's well lubricated now. Here goes shot 2, magazine 1. 264 feet per second, which is higher than the last shot. That felt really powerful. All right, here goes shot 3. (250 feet per second). Shot 3 on mag 1. Goes shot 4. (254 feet per second). And that one rolled its way back to me. That was shot 4, I think it was. It goes with shot 5. (244 feet per second). And we got one left. Again, it's nice. You can see that on the torpedo. See that reflection? Actually, you can see right in there. So you know what you have. So that's nice. Should be the last shot. Let's go for the upper left. My laser's off. 238 feet per second. All right. That was mag 1. Let's go with mag 2. I'm hoping to get 3 mags out of this with 36. I mean, that would be like one heavy mag, you know, with the 8.4 gram ball bearings per 12 gram, essentially. So, don't have any leaks. Whoop. I don't have any leaks, so might as well load this other one with anticipation of being able to shoot a third. All right, mag 2. Still feels when you manually rotate it, I can feel a good amount of tension on there, at least what I believe to be normal. So I don't think we're getting any, we should be getting a good seal on here. So, all right, we are hot, ready to fire on mag 2. Actually, you know what? Let's check. Let's check really quick. Yeah, pressure's over 500. It looks like 6, 7. Yeah, it looks about 700 psi, so that's a good sign. All right, mag 2, 8.4 gram steel ball bearings. Shot 1, mag 2. 240 feet per second. Shot 2, mag 2. 230 feet per second. Shot 3, mag 2. 226 feet per second. Shot 4, mag 2. 220 feet per second. Shot 5, mag 2. 210 feet per second. This should be the last one. Yep. Shot 6, mag 2. 200 feet per second. All right. I believe I'm going to get a third magazine. My power numbers are dropping considerably though. I have about 6. Looks to be about 600. Maybe, yeah. Got about 600 psi on there. I don't know if the camera's going to see that. I can barely see it. All right, but so far so good. Not having any of that weird off-gassing, what I call off-gassing, but that weird off-gassing after firing a shot that I was getting prior to upgrading to the longer, stiffer TR50 Umerix bolt spring. I haven't gotten any of that today, as you can see. So I think the problem could be fixed. Again, I'm not using 90 gram on the back, but I was even having some weird problems with leaking even without the 90 before I changed that out. So between that and heavily oiling the gun, maybe it's worked itself, worked its way out. I'm sure that lubrication, that O-ring that's inside the bolt, I'm sure it's well lubricated now. So let's put it that way. All right, so here's the third mag. Let's see if we can get through the third mag. I'm not expecting massive power by any means. These are heavy. It may turn out for this gun that ball bearings is not the best thing to shoot. Or it might be okay, if I can find a middle ground, maybe somewhere around 6 grams. I know I have 4 gram available I can use, but if I could find something somewhere between, the 4 and the 8, maybe 6 or something, that might be ideal. All right, so the barrel spring repair that I did seems to be holding up. This still feels pretty good. I'm not getting an excessive amount of air blowing back in my face, so that's helpful. All right, let's see if we can do with this last 600 psi we have left. Let's see what we get. Mag 3, shot 1. 214 feet per second. Mag 3, shot 2. 198 feet per second. All right, so yeah, this laser's kind of shooting to the... It's definitely got to be sighted back in again. It's shooting a little to the right. I don't want to end up shooting out of the target box and damage something, so let me kind of shoot to the left a little bit, see if we can get that bottom right target. Yeah, not too bad. 188 feet per second. And what was that? Shot 3. I think that was shot 4. I got at least 2 of these left that I can see in there. All right, so we're going to call it shot 4 coming up here. Ooh, okay. Now I actually got that weird little thing happening. 1, 2. Looks like I got 2 left. We're gonna shoot through that and see what happens here. 182 was that last shot, and I got 2 left. 110. Yeah. All right. So no sense in chronographing the next shot. I mean, 110, hundredths the most this thing's gonna pick up. So um, didn't quite make it through. I mean, I guess I can just fire them off anyways and see what happens. Nah. No. No, sir. We had 1 left. So did we get all 3 mags? Not exactly. We came up one round short. So, all right. Gonna degas. What did I have left in here? I don't know, maybe 200 psi. Looks like. All right. So I would say that it was that little repair I did on the tuning barrel spring. That seemed to help a lot. So that was successful. Happy with that. And that's it. We'll run the numbers upstairs in the office. Okay. Back in the office to go over the numbers. All right. So today's test was a test of the Mercury Rise TR50 Torpedo, which started its life as a 15 joule, advertised as a 15 joule. I then added a tuning barrel with extension. And today's test was using a single 12 gram in the handle along with a 2 times 12 gram Umarex in the stock for a total of 36 grams CO2. The first shot on Mag 1 yielded 242 feet per second, or 22.85 joules. The second shot, which was my hot shot, yielded 264 feet per second, 27.19 joules. Then I got 250, 2438 joules, 254, 2517 joules, 244, 2323 joules, 238 feet per second, 22 joules, 240 on mag number 2, 22.47 joules, 230 was shot number 2 in mag 2, 20.64 joules. Then I got 226, 220, 210, and 200 feet per second, yielding 19.92 joules, 18.88 joules, 17.2, and shot 12, 15.6 joules. I then attempted to shoot a third mag, which came close to finishing, but we were 1 short of finishing that mag. We only got 5 rounds fired out of it, the last one being pretty pitiful. So we got shot 1 of mag 3 was 214 feet per second, 17.86 joules. And then mag 3 shot 2 was 198 for 15.29 joules, and then 188 feet per second for 13.79 joules, 182 for 12.92 joules, and the last shot again was 110 feet per second at 4.72. Useless joules there. Anyways, today's test was as typical down in the basement in New England towards the end of January here, 60, 65 degrees in that area where I've been shooting. It is not heated. All 3 Umarex branded 12 gram cartridges did puncture, so that was good. We had a total of 36 grams CO2. And that was the results today for today's test. Looks like our hot shot was 27.19 joules. And thank you for watching. Peace out.